What's up, Taiwan? I'm Rik Glauert with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The president of the Pacific island of Nauru has arrived in Taiwan for a 6-day visit. Ross Joseph Kun is leading a delegation of cabinet ministers and other officials. He is scheduled to meet with President Tsai Ing-wen and discuss bilateral cooperation projects. Nauru is one of Taiwan's 14 official diplomatic allies. The two countries re-established relations in 2005 after a 3-year break in ties. People across Taiwan are heading to the polls on November the 26th for nationwide local elections. In the southern city of Kaohsiung, all 4 mayoral candidates are promising to improve air quality, something residents have demanded for years. John Van Trieste reports.
Another hazy day in the southern city of Kaohsiung. With more than 2.5 million locals, Kaohsiung is Taiwan's 3rd most populous city. It's also a hub for oil refining, steelmaking, power generation, and much else that fuels the country's industrial sector. This output makes for poor air quality throughout the year, but weather patterns and local terrain mean October to March is when the air is at its worst. Air pollution in Kaohsiung has been causing problems for years. Just this weekend, city officials told factories to cut emissions after residents were advised to limit outdoor activities. With local elections looming, pollution has become a major political issue. All 4 mayoral candidates have pledged to improve air quality. Incumbent Chen Ximai says he's focused on making existing power plants more environmentally friendly.
7电工程厂在2025年，我们希望说全部能够脱美，那新达电厂在2025年呢，也能够这个提早除役。
But Chen's main rival has questioned his track record on pollution.
台中有一个生煤的自治条例，但是很抱歉，它在2020年的3月的时候就被行政院给废止。那时候呢，我们的陈市长是副院长。
Taiwan's local elections will take place on November the 26th. For 8 years, environmental groups have taken to the streets of Kaohsiung demanding cleaner air. They hope by placing emphasis on the issue just days before local elections, it will ensure officials tackle the city's air pollution problem for good. Andy Xue and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
What else is on the ballot in the upcoming elections? Jaime Ocon has the details for you.
They're called the 9-in-1 elections. That means voters can choose who they want to represent in 9 different local elections. That's more than 11,000 seats up for grabs. Everything from neighborhood chiefs all the way to the heads of Taiwan's 22 cities and counties. There are even positions specifically for indigenous people. In fact, the only offices not on the ballot are the president and lawmakers. This year, all eyes are on the race for Taipei mayor. It's hotly contested, and many see it as a stepping stone to the presidency. In fact, 3 of Taiwan's last 4 presidents were Taipei mayor before taking the top office in the nation. Now, it's not just candidates that are on the ballot this year. There's also a special referendum on whether to lower the voting age from 20 down to 18. Taiwan's legislature has already approved the move, but it needs to pass a referendum because it would change Taiwan's constitution. There's a high bar for it to pass, though. It still needs the support of at least half of Taiwan's eligible voters. That's nearly 9.7 million people. At first glance, Taiwan's 9-in-1 elections may look like it's only a local affair, but many people see it as a referendum on the current administration, led by President Tsai Ing-wen, with implications for the next election in 2024. Leon Lien and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.
So now you know what Taiwan is voting on, but how will people cast their ballots? Jaime Ocon explains.
Step 1. Make sure you're eligible to vote. You need to be a citizen and at least 20 years of age. Now on election day, you're going to have to travel to the place where you're registered. At the polling station, you'll need these 3 items: your national ID, your voter notification form, and this one's for Taiwan, your CHOP. That's a stamp with your name carved into it. You'll need this to pick up your ballots. Now, if you thought choosing a candidate was hard, that's just a start. Try filling out the ballot properly. Use the CHOP that's inside the booth, not the one you brought with you. And with a steady hand, make sure you stamp inside the lines, not outside, not in both boxes, and no thumbprints, no signatures, and don't take it personally, don't use your own CHOP. Once you're done voting, you're free to stick around and watch the results come in. Officials will actually open up the boxes and hold the ballots up one by one, for everyone to see. Now that's democracy in action. Leon Lien and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
And to keep up to date with Taiwan's local elections, stay tuned to TaiwanPlus and check out our coverage online at TaiwanPlus.com. World leaders are arriving in Bali, Indonesia for the Group of 20 International Forum. The two-day summit will see leaders from the world's 20 largest economies meet to address major issues. This includes climate change, the risk of a global recession, North Korea, and the ongoing war in Ukraine. US President Joe Biden and Chinese leader Xi Jinping are expected to meet on the sidelines before the summit officially begins on Tuesday. At least 6 people were killed in a suspected terror attack in Istanbul on Sunday. Dozens of people were also injured in the explosion on a busy shopping street in Turkey's largest cities. Authorities say the bomber may be a woman who was seen leaving the area minutes before the blast. Police have taken a suspect into custody. The same area was targeted by a suicide bomber in 2016. Taiwan has expressed its condolences to Turkey's representative in the country over Sunday's blast. The Hong Kong government is demanding a full investigation after the Asia Rugby Sevens tournament in South Korea played a popular pro-democracy protest song from the city instead of the Chinese national anthem. Glory to Hong Kong became an anthem to the widespread pro-democracy protests in the territory in 2019. But the song is now forbidden in the city after Beijing imposed a sweeping national security law as part of a crackdown on opposition. Organisers, Asia Rugby, have apologised and said a junior staffer was to blame for the mistake. Taiwan's Forestry Bureau is using wood from tree plantations to create carbon-negative furniture. The goal? Supporting local industry while cutting down on harmful emissions. Stash Butler reports.
Stools made from various trees native to Taiwan hang in the air above a map of the country formed from 17 kinds of wood chip. Everything here is made from plantation wood, meaning it's carbon neutral or even carbon negative.
我们这边所使用的这些国产木材都是人造林的国产木材，所以呢，材料本身它就是一个固碳的材料，所以当我们在使用它的时候，是把这个大气里面的这些二氧化碳，透过材料的部分把它吸附二氧化碳，形成木材，然后为我们所用。
The exhibition is the result of a collaboration between the Forestry Bureau and National Taipei University of Technology. And the Bureau wants the people of Taiwan to embrace this kind of artisanal, sustainable product.
我们希望推动生活林业，那也就是让人工林里头，不管是木材或者是其他的这些非木材的物质，或像精油，能够进入到我们台湾每一个人的生活层面里头。
Officials hope they can boost demand for the products and, in turn, bring down carbon emissions towards Taiwan's net zero goal. The show launched here in Taipei is a small but meaningful step towards that more sustainable future. Patrick Chen and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan has claimed bronze at an international baseball tournament. The country's team beat Venezuela to secure third place at the inaugural WBSC Baseball 5 World Cup on Saturday in Mexico City. Cuba was the overall winner of the tournament. Baseball 5 is a newly developed street version of the sport. There's just 5 players per side and 5 innings in a game. There are also no bats. The only equipment is a single rubber ball. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images of an Austrian trick cyclist pulling off his stunts, or not. I'm Rik Glauert, take care and we'll see you next time.